And Player of the Year for 2023 in the Premier League is... I made my own 2023 Premier League awards. Got to rank for Player of the Year, Most Underrated, Most Improved, and Biggest Letdown. You cannot wait until you see the players that have been put into this award ceremony. First up is Bukayo Saka for Arsenal, winning Player of the Year. Appearances 33, goals 13, and assists 11. Big year from him, has been Arsenal's crucial player. Most Underrated is Gabriel. 33 appearances, 3 goals, and 12 clean sheets. The guy has been impeccable. Although people think he's in the shadow of Saliba, he's actually, in my opinion, been better than him. Saliba has way more potential than him. Gabriel has been absolutely outrageous. The most improved player for Arsenal is Xhaka. 32 appearances, 5 goals, 5 assists, and 8 clean sheets. The guy has been absolutely outrageous. Last year, he's been absolutely terrible. In the past years, he's been horrible, from losing the captain's badge to being just very shit. And then this year... Stop! Before we go any further, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Back to the video. He's transformed into a new player, playing box to box, working his ass off, just being an absolute key player for that Arsenal team. Biggest letdown of Arsenal goes to Smith Rowe. Although I absolutely love the lad, he's probably my favourite player in Arsenal. He just hasn't done it this year. 9 appearances, 1 assist, and 0 goals. Although he's been injured, I do know he has just been left in the dust by Trossard, Martinelli, Nelson as well. He's just been outclassed by them. I do rate him a lot. He has been the biggest letdown for Arsenal this season, and I mean, obviously there's really no one else. Everyone has been absolutely incredible. That's Arsenal done. Moving on to Villa. Next up, Aston Villa. Player of the Year goes to Watkins. 33 appearances, 14 goals, 6 assists. He's been incredible. He's grown up massively from last season, and he's just done wonders for that Aston Villa team. Playing wonderful right now, and he's their main man. Nothing more to say except he's incredible. Moving on to the most underrated player for Villa. That award goes to Douglas Luiz. 32 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists, 7 clean sheets. The guy is just really good. He was linked with Arsenal this season actually, and many other clubs. They really needed him in that defensive mid role, and it's just been absolutely incredible for him. Moving on, the most improved player for Aston Villa, Jacob Ramsey. The guy is only 21 and he's doing wonders for that Aston Villa club. Last year, he was a rising star. You never thought of him as a really impactful player and the potential that he may have. God, we were wrong. He is sensational in that Aston Villa midfield. The guy has 30 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists, and 5 clean sheets. The biggest letdown for Aston Villa this year, I'm giving it to Bailey. 30 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists. I am not one to be a stat man and only look at stats. The guy is very good on the ball and dribbling and taking on the man. However, playing as a right winger with the likes of how good their attack is right now, Aston Villa, he should be scoring more goals and he should be getting in there. I do get sometimes he may do a great crossing or might get an assist to an assist. He needs to be more clinical. Tough one for me, but I'm gonna go Bailey is the biggest letdown this season. Look, there's not many, but he's the only one that really stood out to me. Moving on to Brentford. Prem Award for Brentford. Player of the Year goes to Tony. 30 appearances, 19 goals, and 4 assists. The guy has been incredible for that Brentford side. They're coming 10th right now, and Tony has just shined in that Brentford team. Look, I do believe he should be in another team like Tottenham, and Kane should go to somewhere else. That man is outrageous. But yeah, moving on to underrated. Most underrated player for Brentford this season, I'm gonna give it to Jensen. The guy has 33 appearances, 5 goals, and 5 assists. Taking away all the assists and goals, he is a central midfielder, so he's not gonna get biggest GA in the comp, but the guy is just very, very all-round good. He's tackling, he's passing, he's through balls, he's everything he does is just great, and he's really underrated, not just this season, but as a player as a whole. The most improved player for Brentford this season, I'm giving it to Raya. He's been absolutely outrageously good for Brentford. 33 appearances, 10 clean sheets, and 136 saves. I was looking at the stats, and you look at other keepers' saves, they don't have near as much as Raya does. Although you can take into consideration that maybe the defense is being shit, and that's why he has more saves than other people. Look, they're doing absolutely wonders. 10 clean sheets, so you can't really say anything. The guy has been incredible this season. He was a bit of a mid-keeper last year, but he shined in this new Brentford side. The biggest letdown of Brentford, I'm giving it to Damsgaard. The guy has 21 appearances, 0 goals and 0 assists. The guy came from Serie A looking like a really young player meant to improve. Although he has so much time to improve, on his first season, he has done terrible. You do see him working around defenders, playing balls, being a menace to the back line, although he is not that clinical and he needs to be more for that Brentford side as a really young player building up. Moving on to Brighton's awards. Look, this team is absolutely incredible. I had a real tough time. Let me know in the comments if any of these you would change. Look, I'm open for suggestions. For Player of the Year, I'm going with the World Cup star, McAllister. Obviously, there's been an immense amount of players that has been incredible for Brighton this year. I'm giving it to McAllister, the World Cup winner. He's exceptional. He's got 27 appearances, 8 goals and 1 assist. Although he can play as a 6 and an 8 and a 10, so he's very versatile in that Brighton midfield, and he is their key player. Although he's on the watch list for many clubs out there in the world, being the World Cup winner, being a key part of that Argentinian squad. Look, in the Premier League, he's been exceptional. Most underrated player for Brighton, I'm giving it to Ferguson. The guy is, I think he's 19 or 20. That's incredible. The guy's got 13 appearances, 4 goals, 2 assists. That may seem like rookie numbers, but the guy's got 13 appearances, and every single time he's came on, he's made a crazy impact for that Brighton side. Look, the guy's only 20, and he's playing like he's 26. Like, he's incredible. The future for him, amazing. The most improved player for Brighton this season, to Solly March. The guy has been incredible. Although, in the back half of the season, he has not been the most outstanding player in that team. In the half to start of the season, he has been incredible. 30 appearances, 7 goals, 7 assists. Although the stats aren't the most amazing thing you've ever seen, his impact on the pitch is immense. The most let down player of Brighton this year. Look, there's not many, as they have outshined any expectations, but I'm going to give it to Undav. 14 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists. The guy came from the Belgium league, being one of the best players in that league. Look, 0 goals, 0 assists for the striker is pretty poor. He's not their key player, he's not their main man, so it's not the biggest letdown for their club. So yeah, that's Brighton's awards. Chelsea 2023 awards. Look, I had a really tough time because there's been so many bad players. Look, I think I've got it down. Let me know in the comments if you change any of these. For the Player of the Year, I'm giving it to Thiago Silva. 22 appearances, 2 assists, and 6 clean sheets. Look, it was really hard on this role because, to be fair, there's been no outshining player in that Chelsea squad. But yeah, this guy, 38, and he's still doing wonders for that Chelsea club. When he goes, I'm not sure how it's going to look. Obviously, they've got the backup of Todd Bowley money. He's got that experience. He's just got everything in the locker for a great centre-half. Most underrated player of Chelsea this year, Thaddeus Shield. 9 appearances and 4 clean sheets. That is some number when you're looking at Chelsea's team this year. He's a real player to look out for. But with this Chelsea team this year, it's been really hard for anyone to shine with the likes of the players in their team. The most improved player this season for Chelsea, I'm giving it to Kepa. If we're looking at last season, the guy was terrible. And this season, he did come back, show some quality of that 90 mil spent on him. 24 appearances, 9 clean sheets, and 73 saves. There's not been a lot of standout players, like I said. Tough one for me. The biggest letdown of Chelsea. Look, this is actually one of the hardest ones as well because there's been so many letdowns. I'm gonna give it to either Cucurella or Mount. You could argue Mudryk, Kai Havertz. You could argue many players. These two have been the most ineffective players in that Chelsea squad. Cucurella, 4 clean sheet. That's poor. And then you've got Mount, 3 goals, 2 assists. Shouts of being one of the best youngsters in the world. This season, although the Chelsea side has been shit, he's still to blame for that. I'm going Mount or Cucurella, you decide. I don't know. I gave it to 2. So yeah, that's Chelsea's awards. Tough one for me. Let me know what you think about it. Liverpool's awards. Player of the Year, I'm going to give it to, it was a tough one, Salah or Alisson. I don't mind which one. Both got 32 appearances. Salah's got 16 goals, 7 assists. Alisson's got 11 clean sheets. With Alisson, 11 clean sheets does not justify how good that man has been. But he showed his quality of many years of experience. Then you got Salah on the other hand, 16 goals, 7 assists. As a man who's in his shittest season, that is great. That is absolutely outstanding from the Egyptian. The most underrated player of Liverpool this year. Many of you will disagree. I'm giving it to Nunez. 26 appearances, 9 goals, 3 assists. TikTok has absolutely slaughtered this guy. And it's really unfair because this guy is actually a great player. Although he can't finish goals, his build-up play and his movement and just everything he does leading up to a goal almost carries Liverpool in some senses. Look, he's got many years to grow. He will be incredible in the near future. Most improved player for Liverpool this season, I'm giving it to Harvey Elliott. 27 appearances, Klopp has trusted this man, and I do believe why. He's only got 1 goal and 2 assists, but he usually does not play that centre attacking mid role. He has been great. There's not been many improved players because Liverpool's side is just crazily good. Like, and they're all getting older now, so there's not many people that to improve. Biggest letdown, I'm giving it to Fabinho. The guy has not been great this season. The levels for him is just incredibly high, and you expect him to just be the best player in the pitch. Appearances 30, no goals, 1 assist. Obviously, he's a centre defensive mid, but I've checked other stats. Not many tackles. Man City awards. First up, we got Player of the Year. This is the most easiest one to make, giving it to Haaland. 29 appearances, 33 goals, 7 assists. That's 40 GA in 29 matches. In the Premier League, I can't imagine what it would be in the Champions League. Yeah, look, not much to say. This guy's absolutely a machine. He's the most broken player in the world. Yeah, not much to say. Best player of the year, hands down. The most underrated player for Man City this year, I'm giving it to Ake. The guy has been incredible. From clamping up the most deathly wingers in the world with the likes of Saka, like he's been crazy. He locked up Saka that one game. 23 appearances, 6 clean sheets. Although that is not the most outstanding number, if you watch him play, he's just an all-round great defender on any side, from right back to centre back to left back. The most improved player for Man City this year, I'm giving it to Grealish. 25 appearances, 5 goals, 6 assists. Look, for 100 mil, when you look at the numbers and you look at 100 mil, you wouldn't say he's been great. When you watch this guy play, he is outrageously good. His skill, his footwork, his movement, everything he does in the attacking third, crazy. It's crazily good. I do believe as a winger at City, you do have to incorporate goals and assists. The biggest letdown of Man City this year, giving it to Calvin Phillips. Look, the guy has been called fat. The guy has been injured. 7 appearances. Nothing else to say. Not many tackles. I think he has. Obviously 7 appearances and him being injured, a factor to include. Man United Prem Awards. Player of the Year, simple one for me, Rashford all the way. 29 appearances, 15 goals, 4 assists. And that's just in the Premier League. Look, this is obviously just Premier League awards, but in the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, he has been crazily good, scoring many goals for fun. Transformed into a different beast this season. He's been the best attacking player in that team by far, and I would like to see the future of him. The most underrated player for Manchester United this year, I'm giving it to Wan-Bissaka. Look, there's not been many underrated players in Manchester United because a lot of them actually get overrated. Best one-on-one defender in the world, I don't care. You could also say he's been the most improved from his late years of being fucking terrible, can't even pass a ball. The most improved player for Manchester United this season, Bruno Fernandes. 2 seasons ago in the lockdown, one of the best players in the comp, if not the best. He's the most improved since last season. Look, last season, he was their problem in attack. He would just dive and do shit balls and just be an absolute utter mess on the pitch. 29 appearances, 5 goals, 6 assists. The biggest letdown of Manchester United this season is Anthony 100%. The guy costs 80 mil. He is a fraud. He's a fidget spinner. He's a fucking fidget spinner. In the first game, I think he played was against Arsenal and he scored that debut goal and I was crying, thinking he's going to be the best winger in the world. Look, he obviously has potential and he will be great in the next years. The last 2 awards. First up is Newcastle Player of the Year. I'm giving it to Almiron. Look, Newcastle have been great this season. You could have gave it to Trippier, you could have gave it to Botman, you could have gave it to Pope, you could have gave it to anyone. I'm going to go for Almiron. Look, there may be attacking bias. 27 appearances, 11 goals, 1 assist. At the start of the season, he was one of the best players in the competition. Very clinical, very dangerous in the attacking third. Can move the ball, can do everything. The most underrated player for Newcastle this year, Dan Burn, 100%. Transformed from a centre back to a left back. He still can definitely play a centre back if you gave him the opportunity. The guy's got 31 appearances, 11 clean sheets. He's been one of the core reasons Newcastle's defence has been sensational this season. The most improved player for Newcastle. Look, I'm going to give it to Almiron again. From the comments last season from Jack Grealish and the seasons before that, 1-2 goals a season. Look, again, I've told you this, 27 appearances, 11 goals, 1 assist. What more do I need to say? I said it in the first Player of the Year. The biggest letdown for Newcastle this season, I'm giving it the same maximum. There's not been many letdowns for Newcastle this season. Them coming what I believe is 3rd at the end of the season. Appearances 20, goals 1, assists 5. The guy's a skills merchant. He doesn't offer that clinical ability. Hard one, but I'm going to give it to same maximum. Tottenham Awards. Look, this has been really hard for me as I am an Arsenal fan. Player of the Year, I'm giving it to Harry Kane. 32 appearances, 24 goals, 2 assists. In my opinion, he's been the only good Tottenham player this season. Obviously, I am biased, but I'm genuinely serious. There's not been another standout player this season. Underrated, look, hard one for me. I'm going Pedro Porro. The guy came in the summer, 9 appearances, 0 clean sheets, but look, that Tottenham defense is horrendous. Look, he hasn't got any assists, but he is great crosses, and he just gets the ball in there and serves many problems for enemy teams. The most improved player, I'm gonna go for Fraser Forster. 8 appearances, 2 clean sheets. The guy came from Southampton. Look, in the future, he's just gonna be a backup, man, and he's just improved from Southampton last season. He's 34 years old. Look, this obviously was very hard for me because there's not been a lot of improvement in that Tottenham side. The biggest letdown, many options for the biggest letdown, but at the same time, it was pretty clear. I'm giving it to Richarlison. 21 appearances, 0 goals, 3 assists. 0 goals as a striker is absolutely terrible. Even playing 21 appearances, it's not like he's played 4 games and got no goals. The discussion of him versus Gabriel Jesus was just stupid. So that concludes the Prem Awards. Many options, many discussion in the comments. That would be great if you leave some. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.